Chair Clark Coleman.
Here.
You have a quorum present.
Thank you. Next item,
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
I have none. Next.
C, approve the October 25th, 2023 meeting minutes.
Okay. Can I have a motion for the approval of minutes? No. It might always comes later.
Motion carried.
There's a delay on it for some reason. Okay. Next item.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Okay.
Item 1, under new business, forwarding the September 2023 report on Sheriff's Office overtime costs.
Okay. We have someone from the Sheriff's Office. Please identify yourself.
Good morning, Vanita Terry, Director of Administration, Sheriff's Office.
Okay.
So Sheriff's Office is reporting for September 20th, the overtime report. For fiscal year 2023, as of August 31st, 2023, our budget at that time was $842,520. The actual overtime cost was $12,995,396 with an over budget amount of $5.5 million at that time. As compared to fiscal year 2022, through August 31st, we were basically $2 million higher than fiscal year 2022 for overtime. In regard to how many officers we've hired 73 and we lost 96 due to retirement, resignation, or termination. So we're still in a net effect at that time in August of 2023. On FMLA, at that time, we had 176 employees that had an active FMLA. We had tested positive of 44 employees throughout the fiscal year for COVID. And that is the September 20th report. Any questions?
Are there any questions from members? Okay, hearing none. Kind of a motion? Been properly moved by, I'm looking at the, yeah, I am. It's been properly moved by Commissioner Clemente, supported by Commissioner Scott. Okay, all right. All right, it's been properly moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Clemente. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carried.
Next item.
Item 2, forwarding the October 2023 report on Sheriff's Office overtime costs.
Okay.
So this overtime report for as far as the budgeting portion goes through September 30th, 2023, the end of our fiscal year. And at that time, we came over at 6.735 was the over amount of the budget for overtime He had actual costs of $15,577,685 in overtime. We still had 73 officers that were hired and 96 that were lost to retirement, resignation, or termination. Steady number of FMLAs still at 176 that were active. And the number of employees that had tested positive with COVID at that time, 48 employees. So since the onset of COVID, we've had a total of 705 employees that have tested positive within the sheriff's office. And just to make a side note that at this time, we are more active with our recruiting efforts. We are attending recruiting events, and visiting schools, job fairs, community events, sporting events, and churches, senior centers, really actively trying to recruit for officers.
Is it paying off?
It is, I can say. We just had 19 that just graduated on Friday from our jailers training class, and the numbers are rising.
Okay. Are there any questions? Okay. You had your hand up.
No, no.
Oh.
I was gonna ask about recruiting, but then you told me, so thank you. I'm sorry, I was just.
Okay. Okay, so are there any questions on this item? Okay, can I have a motion? Properly moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Basham. If there are no questions on the motion, please vote.
Motion carried.
Okay, next item.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of a retroactive intergovernmental agreement with Schoolcraft College for sheriff deputy training through its Wayne County Regional Police Training Academy.
Okay, you want to speak on this one?
So we come before you today asking for approval of the IGA with between Wayne County and Schoolcraft College for our police recruit academy training. It is a retroactive contract, and we apologize for that, but at that time, we were going through negotiations. We were also trying to determine the number of enrollees that will participate in the academy due to staff shortages. And there was a change in leadership at Schoolcraft at that time as well that delayed us getting our paperwork back. So we had to get our personnel, our individuals into the class and orientation in order for them to be able to complete the training. This actually completes this week.
So you have 9
9.
persons
Yes,
in the training facility.
yes.
Are there any questions? Commissioner Basham?
Thank you, Madam Chair. It's nice to know you have 9 because I remember at one point, even if you have 1, they charge you for 6 at Schoolcraft College. Is that correct?
Yes, I can't remember the number, but they can, once we have individuals enrolled, and if anything happens during the course of the term, we will still be charged as the participant was still in the class in the academy.
Well, as I understand it, they charge you for a minimum amount of employees. And if you only have 1 or 2, then they're still going to charge you for 6. So as a result of that, it's my understanding that if I remember right, the sheriff actually canceled those MCOLS training until they got the proper amount. So now they have enough people to meet the minimum standards. Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions or concerns? All right, motion. Been properly moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Clemente. If there are no other concerns, please vote.
Motion carried.
Next item.
Item 4, requesting commission approval of amendment 2 to a 2-year comparable source contract with the 1-year option to renew with Alley Bros for the purchase of police equipment and uniforms through a voucher program.
Okay, so 5 and 6 we can take together, right? Or, no, we can't. 4, 5. Well, they're different.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Mhm.
Okay, we can take 4, 5, 6, and 7 together. Since they are related. Go ahead.
Okay. So we bring before you contracts for our uniform vouchers and police equipment for the POEM contract as well as local 3317. And so this will be for Ali Brothers Enterprise Uniform Company, Priority One Emergency, as well as CMP Distributors. And these contracts will now go through 2025, May of 2025. And we have a compensation that is going to be added to it of $38,399.55. That's the increase portion.
Okay. Any questions on item number 4? Commissioner Basham.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This has been going on and 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 on for comparable source contracts for years. Can we just put the bid out and we understand there's only certain places you can go for the sheriff's uniform or like Top Gun for the law enforcement pistols and stuff. Why don't we just put the bid out and then it's done? If they're the only ones that respond and the only ones respond, and we've done our job of keeping sunshine on the process, just instead of voting for comparable source or sole source contract.
Okay, I'll make note of that for when this contract ends in 2020.
Okay. Next item. Well, are we gonna take them separately?
Okay, so Enterprise Uniform,
Okay,
we're looking at the same amount, the $38,399.55. And that is going to go through May of 2025 as well for local 3317 and POEM uniform vouchers.
any questions on this one? Okay, next item.
The next one will be for Priority One Emergency. And that amount will be $38,399.55 as well. And we will be going through May 18th, 2025.
Any questions or concerns on this on item number 6? Okay, next item.
Lastly, we have for you CMP Distributors, which CMP is going to be $13,963.47. And this will run through May 18th, 2025 as well.
Okay. Uniform equipment. Okay, so these are all vouchers and they're all for equipment and uniforms.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna take one vote on item 4, 5, 6, and 7. If there are no questions or comments or concerns. Okay. All right. Motion by Clemente, second by Scott, Commissioner Scott. And hearing none, we will now vote.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Okay. Next item, item number 8.
Item 8, requesting commission approval of a memorandum of understanding with the Michigan Department of Attorney General to augment the Wayne County Sexual Assault Task Force with 1 clerical employee in the prosecutor's office, along with equipment, supply, and training costs.
Okay. Good morning, Tony.
Chief of Legislation, Grants and Community Relations. Your mic's off.
Your mic's off.
Doesn't want to stay on. There we go.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sure.
All
Let's
right, Tony
start.
Guerrero, Chief of Legislation, Grants and Community Relations for the Prosecutor's Office. This is a memorandum of understanding between Wayne County and the Department of Attorney General. This will bring $56,000 into our coffers to augment the Sexual Assault Kit Task Force. It'll pay for one clerical employee along with equipment, supply, and training costs. And this would go from the beginning of our fiscal year, October 1 of this year, to September 30th of 2024. We'll answer any questions, and I would ask for approval.
Commissioner Basham.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This has been a priority with the prosecuting attorney for quite some time. And there was an unusually large amount of sexual assault kits that hadn't been processed. Do you have any idea on how many have been processed, how many needs to be processed, and what kind of convictions we're getting from those?
I can tell you for a fact that 11,314 of the rape kits from 2009 have been processed. The procedure that we're going through now is analyzing DNA and other evidence that was not available at the time that those kits were done back in 2009. And I can tell you that we've had several hundred, I don't know the exact number, Commissioner, I'm sorry to say, but several hundred convictions. And the most alarming thing, the most alarming fact I can share with you is these kits have touched 39 states. 39 states, and these are serial rapists. I know that the prosecutor has been able to identify over 800 serial rapists, but it really is a shock to us that it touches 39 states. And that's the best response I can give you, Commissioner.
Would you just tell her thank you?
I certainly will.
She's doing a fantastic job. That's absolutely correct.
And she's doing a heck of a great job as far as getting grants
Yes,
so that we
absolutely.
don't put a big strain on the general fund.
Absolutely. Okay, so if there are no other questions or concerns, can I have a motion from Commissioner Basham, seconded by Commissioner Scott. So please vote.
Motion carried.
Thank the committee.
Thank you, Tony.
I think you need me on the next one, Madam Chair.
Is this Homeland Security? Where's the Homeland Security? one?
Number 10. That's number 9 first.
Where's the Homeland? Where's the other number 10? I don't have number 10. That's okay. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
I didn't mean to be presumptuous, but I did see our office on this next one.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Tony.
This is a grant agreement that we're asking for permission and approval by the committee and by the commission between the County of Wayne and the U.S. Department of Justice. It's the amount of $599,988 with no county match required. This will be the fiscal year 2023, upholding the rule of law. And I must say there is a typographical error here. It should be the Conviction Integrity Units database, not Crime Integrity Units. This is part of the program that the prosecutor's office has created, a Conviction Integrity Unit to identify individuals who have been wrongfully convicted of crimes. This will pay for 2 assistant prosecuting attorneys, and it will pay for maintenance and an upgrade of the Conviction Integrity Units database and the cost of conducting an in-house review. The term of the agreement would go again from the beginning of our fiscal year, October 1 of 2023 to September 30th of 2025. It is a 2-year commitment.
Okay. Any questions on item number 9 on the addenda? Okay, I have a motion from Commissioner Basham, supported by Commissioner Scott. Okay, please vote.
Motion carried.
We thank you very much.
Thank you, Tony. All right, next item.
Item 10 on the second addenda, requesting commission approval of a one-year grant agreement with the Michigan Department of State Police, Emergency Management and Homeland Security Division for the Emergency Management Performance Grant for fiscal year 2023 to award federal pass-through funds to the county for development and maintenance of the county's emergency management program.
Okay,
Good morning, Madam Chair, Commissioners. Nathaniel McQueen, Deputy Director for Wayne County Homeland Security and Emergency Management on behalf of Director Samar Jafer. What you have here before you today, Commissioners, is a request from Homeland Security and Emergency Management asking your approval for a pass-through of $44,539 from the State of Michigan Department of State Police, Emergency Management, Homeland Security Division. And this is for the continued operation of our emergency management and performance grant that we receive for the protection of the citizens within the county of Wayne.
so it passes through the county, through Wayne County.
It comes to Wayne County. So the federal government provides this to us from FEMA. The state of Michigan is the fiduciary. They receive those funds as the state authorizing agency, and then they pass that through to the county, which is us.
Okay, all right. Any questions or concerns on this item? Hearing none, we have a motion from Commissioner Scott, second by Commissioner Basham. Please vote.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Madam Chair and Committee.
Okay, thank you. Next item,
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I've not been informed of any.
G, public comments.
Okay, would you unmute the lines, please?
The lines are unmuted and no emails were received.
Okay, so it is at that, it's that time where we open up the floor for public comments. So if there's anyone on Zoom or on the phone, you may speak at this time. Second call for public comments. If you have a comment at this time, either on Zoom or on the phone, please speak. Last call for public comment, either on Zoom in the chamber here or on the phone. If you have any comments, you can speak at this time. All right. Public comment is